Uburu is an ancient community with rich history. The town was a popular slave route and market during the slave trade. Also, during the Biafra-Nigeria War, the popular Uburu salt served the entire eastern Nigeria of the defunct Biafra. Uburu Adun has also contributed its quota to the development of the southeastern Nigeria from old Imo State, Abia State, and now Ebonyi State. This community houses the Presbyterian Joint Hospital, Uburu, established in 1913, and the Central School, Uburu, also established in 1913. These were major establishments of the Church of Scotland Missionaries, now Presbyterian Church, and these establishments served the health and educational needs of the entire Old Afikpo region and beyond. Also, the ancient Uburu market, Aviuku, served as the major economic hub of the zone, together with the prominent market, Aviochia, also known as Avia Nkoroto. The community is the hometown of the first civilian governor of Abia State and current Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Obonaya Ono. The current governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer David Umahi, is also from this community. Today, we are in Uburu, Ohozara local government area in Ebonyi State, and we will be focusing on the Osu caste system. Slavery existed among the Igbos long before colonization, but it accelerated in the 16th century when the transatlantic trade began and the demand for slaves increased. Under slavery, Igbo society was divided into three main categories: Diala, Ohu, and Osu. The Diala were the freeborn and enjoyed full status as members of the human race. Osus are dedicated to the deities of Igbo land. They are considered as inferior beings and are usually separated from the Wadiala. The Osu caste system is a societal institution born out of a primitive traditional belief system colored by superstition and propagated by ignorance. The Osu were taken as captives from distant communities or enslaved in payment of debts or as punishment for crimes. The Deala kept them as domestic servants, sold them to white merchants, and occasionally sacrificed them in religious ceremonies or buried them alive at their masters' funerals. Also, the Osu caste system is an ancient practice in Igbo land that discourages social interaction and marriage with a group of persons. But before we continue, let's get to meet a victim who will share her experience with us. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Mbadire Favor Ijoma. I'm 18 years of age, a young lady full of life. I am ambitious with dreams and aspirations. I want to someday graduate from college, build a successful career as a nurse, get married to a man of my dream, and raise a family with him. The question is, what is stopping me? I come from a town called Uburu in Ohoza local government area of Ebonyi State. In Uburu, descendants of my family and I are considered Ohu. We are not considered freeborn and are forbidden to marry outside of our clan. We are rebelled and cannot let freely or marry whomever we choose to, because it is said that our forefathers were slaves and we have the slave heritage.
How old were you when you found out that you were different, and what was the circumstances?
Then I was 16 years old, praying outside our compound when an old woman led a stranger across our compound, describing our compound as a slave compound. The reaction from my stepmother made me have a sordid view about it and the reason I was silently abused by my peers.
Tell us how it has affected your life personally.
As a child, I suffered secretly, even till date. As an adult, you suffer openly too. Living in fear. Each day I live in this fear, and today I have chosen to speak out. I cannot keep quiet anymore. Although times have changed, but the people of my community remains the same. Some people want to change and associate with us, but they still live in fear of what the community and their family will say if they fall in love. It is a subject that is spoken in secret. It is a subject that is spoken in secret and used to hurt defenseless people in the name of tradition. It is a stigma that cannot be ignored. It is an unfortunate situation because too many relationships have been destroyed or died miserably. Families are destroyed. Parents and their children are stuck, not knowing what to do. Just as in the case of me and my family, a young girl is rejected at the point of marriage. Any man who tries to challenge this evil faces being ostracized by the immediate family members and the town. Elders of the church and Christians stand by as we are stripped of human dignity in the name of tradition. Discrimination and segregation is constant. The issue is never if you will be reminded, it is when you will be reminded, on or before the wedding day. The situation is no more better if a man outside of Igbo community comes to marry you. Someone will tell him or his family on or before your wedding day.
What advice do you have for community leaders, church leaders, and other relevant authorities?
My message is to call on the leaders of the community and elders of the churches to help us bring attention to this matter. How long should this practice continue? Consider that my 5 sisters and I could be your daughters, sisters or relatives. Should we be denied the right to marry whomever we choose? Do we deserve to live in fear of discrimination and segregation at the peak of our lives? Should we be labeled and forbidden to exist? Where do we fit in as children of God, created equally with everyone? Where do we fit in as brothers and sisters in the body of Christ? Should we continue to adhere to the traditions of our forefathers, destroying lives, or embrace civilization, Christianity, and the love of God? I am only 18 years of age and my journey is just beginning. I don't want to live with the pain I see in the eyes of those who came before me. A future is worth fighting for.
All right. If you have an opportunity to move away from Uburu, will you consider it?
Yes, I desire to live in an environment that will support my education and offer me the freedom I so much desire for myself and family.
Victims of the Osu caste system could lose their sense of worth due to the segregation and discrimination against them. It's important to note that the Osu caste system is still being practiced today in different communities, especially here in Uburu, Ohozara local government area in Ebonyi State, Nigeria. Uburu was a prominent slave hub in the Igbo ancient primitive time of slavery. Although civilization has come to stay, this community is yet to move with it, as victims of the Osu caste system still go through the hostilities their forefathers experienced. They are not considered freeborn, and as such, their relationship with their communities and friends are limited both in marriage, associations, among others. We also have some concerned people from this community who will be lending their voice to stop the Osu caste system in Uburu and Igbo land in general.
Evan bụ nwareshi nwegwu mbụ onye ọgwụ n'Uburu, Ohoza local government area, Ebonyi State. Ife anyị na-ekwu n'ụfọdụ Igbo ohu, ụfọdụ bụrụ ife ọzọ ma ndị nwere onwe ha. N'ọgba anyị ekwesịghị ịma na ụdị ife bụ ife akọrọ n'ụwa mgbe na ọ bụ ife nke nte. Maka na mmadụ niile nọ n'ụwa na Chineke kekọtara anyị abanna. Chineke mere anyị bụrụ nna. Gị sheku ume bụ onye ọzọ nsheku ume, gị she bụrụ mmadụ onye ọzọ nshi bụrụ mmadụ, gị she agbaghị n'ụtụtụ onye ọzọ nshi agbaghị, gị she anaba n'abalị onye ọzọ nshi anaba. Ndezi ife mere ohu na ndị ọzọ ọ dị iche bịa ịdụ. Ife niile bụ obu anyị ga anyị shi were ụwa ga anyị shi so sọdụ. It is our mentality, and this mentality need to be stopped. This mentality need to be aborted, because from the origin, the way we keep saying about all these things, or making any meaning, segregation, division, we keep saying that Nandi Hausa na-emegide ndị Igbo, but at the end of the day, ndị Igbo na-emegide onwe ha. If you go among the Igbo, enweghị high-ranking segregation. Abịa asị na onye ọhụ bụ ohu, asị na onye ọha bụ ohu. Nwata m jee nụọ nwata onye ọha, nụkwa nwata onye ọhụ n'ohu. Why not build a society that we will be proud of? Why not look at a society that we can sustain? Why not look at the legacies that we can be proud we live for? This is the century that's supposed to rejuvenate what our forefathers have destroyed. Our forefathers segregated. Our forefathers did so many things. Our forefathers dealt with human conscience and humanity in general. Now, can we sustain such? Sustenance of such action will be destructive in the next future. And who possibly may be the victim? Possibly your child, my child, possibly your children, my children, possibly the insecurity we constantly want to create in the society. Now, which way forward? How? Where? What can we do? The time is just now. Your action, my action. Your step, my step. Your words, my words. Collaborations, partnership, the things we do together. If we can do things together, if we come out open and stand strength. In unity, we'll have strength. In division, we'll have the visibility. And the future will be devastated. It's just my view. Mana sundi uburu anyị, sa anyị chịkọta onwe anyị, mee ife ọfụma. Mara na mmadụ niile bụ nna, ebe niile ọsụkwa aga oburu, enwere ife ndụ ga ohu, ma onwe ife ndụ ga ndị nwere onwe ha, mmadụ niile bụ nna. Anyị chịkọta onwe anyị, the future will be better for all of us and for our children. Thank you.
My name's Eneozi Enekwachi, a native of Amwenu in Uburu Autonomous Community, Uburu, Ohoza local government area of Ebonyi State. I want to lend my voice to an age-long malice that have contributed to social segregation in Uburu, which is caste system. I want to lend my voice in the aspect that we all are one human being created by one God, and there is no discrimination in heaven or in hell. We all are born equal, and by the grace of God, we are going to die equal. I have decided to be part of the team that are pushing for the total eradication of all caste system in Uburu, Ohaza local government, especially what we call in local dialect, O, because this thing have deprived us of many things that we ought to have gotten as a united people. Most of us don't get married to some families because of what we were told and because of the degradation that or segregation that our forefathers have created. So I am saying today that I have joined my brothers and sisters who have decided to put a stop to this issue.
Okay. My name is Rosemary Sochima Christopher. I'm from Uburu, Umobna to be precise. Literally, I just want to talk about this thing called Oku, because I never knew previously it existed. Not until I asked questions from my extended family, from people around, and from a friend that is a bit close to me, and I discovered it's really existed. I think it's high time we stand up and fight this thing, because I have people close to me that it's really affecting. Because I don't see a need, whereas we claim to bond together, we claim to be united, we claim to call ourselves Adochiege, and we relate together, we talk together, but once it gets to we getting married with the self-acclaimed people that they call Ohu, you see the family starts telling you histories about where Christianity don't stand the chance of prevailing. So I think this is the right time with the thing that have just happened. I'm happy about it. I'm happy about this train that is trying to stand up against this fight. And I want you all, anybody that is associating with this fight, anybody that is supporting this fight, to stand up. I can see an emblem being written. I have decided we are one people created equally by God. And I think this movement, this is the right time for this movement to commence. So I'm fully in support of it too.
Onye mobuso na agremanye ndị mbịara maka ibe mbụ ibe mechara mgbe ochie nke akwụsịchaworo n'ebe niile na ha bịara malitekwa ibe n'ihi na onye mvu ụzọ malite ụdị ije ha mbịara bụ injinia Ajeze mgbe ochie anyị bekee ụwa na 1950s. O kwuru ndị Uburu oku n'aja Amaeze ọtụtụ ụbọchị nke mụ na onwe m nọ na ya nọdụ n'isi ebe a na-ekwu okwu a. Mgbe kwuchara okwu a na one occasion, otu mgbe anyị si n'ebe ọ na-awa ga mụ na onwe m abụghị onye na-akwagide ife Ajeze na-ekwu n'ọdụ mma. Anyị na-akpapụta ndị ụfọdụ sitere n'ọtụtụ ife mere banyere ohu na mgbe gara aga ịbịa webatakwa nte. Mgbe m na-ekwuji okwu na-okwecha mba Ajeze, injinia Ajeze ma akwagide ife o kwuru si na o kwesịrị ka anyị hafụ ya na oge agawo na ndị na-afụta nte amaghị ife ọ bụ adụ n'ife ọ bụ emechara mgbe ahụ. So mgbe anyị na-awa otu ụbọchị ka anyị njere kwucha na-eke aja anyị na-erute anya mgboribe onyibe akpa. Onye nso m n'azụ bụ nna George Ngwu. Ya kuo m oku. Mgbe m na-eje n'ivu ya eso m n'azụ ya nọkọta ya eku m oku sị m aja nza. Ya ekukwa m ọzọ sị m aja nza. Asị m mwefukwa ha onwe m n'ive. Mwefukwa ha ọnụ m n'ive na mbụkwa onye ama ama n'Uburu. Nsị anya na-enye ibe mbụ uche m bụrụ ibe m bụrụ. Site n'akwụkwọ m gụchara m ibe otu nshi mara jechaa n'ebe ọzọ bụ na o kwesịrị anyị kwụsị ibe banyere ohu. Ọ bụ ibe m mechara were mgbe ọzọ mmechicha ya n'ebe ọzọ niile. Anyị abịa malitekwa ọzọ n'Uburu. Otu mụ na nshi mechaa ya mbọchị ọ bụ. Na-ekene ndị agịrịma anyị a. Na-ekene shi ike. Otu ha m bịara malite ọzọ. Mana ndị ọgaranya. Ndị ọgaranya jekwa inyere ha aka. Savụ na kwụsịrị ibe na ha emejiri. Na ha emejiri na ụmụ agịrịma na bụ ndị na-emeje ife obodo gaje n'ivu. Ya mara mana ọkwa dịka ndị otu a bụ ndị mmere ndị nwanyị hafụ ịgba ọtọ na-eje mmanya n'ebife. N'ọkwa ndị nwanyị. Amịn n'ọkwa ndị nwoke. Nkwa ndị agịrịma ndị otu a bụ ndị nso n'ọdụ mma. Ndị Uburu ndị nwanyị Uburu gbara ọtọ jeje akwụsị nke ọ bụ. So na mgbe ndị otu ndị ọma bịara malite mee wefụtakwa ive aja eze malitere. Mụ na onwe m na-asọpụrụ mụ na onwe m na-akwagidekwa ha. Na-asụkwa ndị Uburu nụkwa ibe ha na-ekwu n'ọdụ mma.
My name is Odi Nicholas. I'm the administrator of Uburu Amaka Humanitarian Organization. I'm here to make my view known about this campaign that we are leading, where as a people and as humans, I feel compelled to say that we have an issue that before law, before God, before our very human essence is not good. A situation where we have elements of discrimination against one another, where we cannot relate with each other fully, where we have young people being subjected to age-long belief that some people are created differently. So what we are basically calling is that we hold it an obligation upon us as a people to speak out, to cry to authorities, stakeholders, church leaders, traditional leadership, to come up and say no to this evil of discrimination, evil of segregation. I have a daughter, I have children. I want my children to grow up in an environment where he or she should live freely. This is the same prayer every parent prays. And it is my belief that this effort we are reaching, the consensus we are building, can build up voices of support that tomorrow, because the issue of Osu stereotype, the issue of discrimination, we can find it anywhere. It can be in our workplace, it can be in our communities. So our voices as young people, our voices as a people should be able to reach out to other communities, other people being subjected in one form of discrimination or the other, that it is time to end it. That we are one people created by God, that we should live equally without any form of discrimination. The same blood that flows in me flows in other people. So let us do it. I have decided that is our message, and together we can make the world a better place.
Until something is done about this, it might continue to happen. Human rights in Nigeria, especially those that deal with freedom of association of movement, must be protected, preserved, and promoted. I have decided that we are one, created in the image of God. Therefore, I have to speak out against the Osu Caste system. You too can speak out against this. Please join and support the I Have Decided That We Are One campaign for the sake of humanity.